What is going on, everyone? It is your ungrateful asshole Uncle Dragoon here. I've had this video recorded for about 2 months. I wanted to do a history of what Mortal Kombat was to me as a young person and how I felt about the series and end it on a good note of my history and what I love about the game. Things have changed. I still have my history and how much I love the series and what I've done here. It took me forever to do this. I'm still learning, right? Clipping, learning how to edit and make things look cool. It's really fun. I enjoy the editing process a lot. Maybe a little too much. But, all right. So today I decided I'm still going to do my history video. But I think this is it for me, folks. I think I'm going to retire. And I know you never go full retire, but I'll still play my friends if we can figure out how to get things working. But as for the rest of it's pointless, I think. I'm going to put my energy in other things. So let's get started on my history with Mortal Kombat, what it means to me, and why I'm so passionate, and also why I don't hold back when it comes to problems. I feel that rainbows and sunshines and marshmallows and sprinkles that doesn't do anything for anyone. So let's get started. I'm 12 years old. 12 years old, and I see this arcade machine for the first time, and I remember it very well. Line of people on both sides, and here I am, 12. I haven't really hit my growth spurt yet, so I'm looking up and trying to look over everybody, and you see a row of tokens at the top, and just watching people play and watching people enjoy themselves. And you look over at the Street Fighter machine, and for some reason there's only one person playing by themselves. It was kind of interesting to watch because Street Fighter 2 was amazing. Let's go ahead and put that out there. Without Street Fighter, I don't think the fighting game world would exist. So we got to give props to Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat 1 in the arcade. I finally got to see what all the fuss was about, and I fell in love immediately. It wasn't the violence, it wasn't the ripping the head off, but that was part of it. That was cool. But it was actually seeing real people put on a screen and digitized and the way they did it, and I just loved it. And so I spent a lot of time at the arcade. And then one day my buddy Mitchell, he comes to my house and he shows me the X-Band system. I didn't know that you could take a game on the Genesis or Super Nintendo, plug in the X-Band, plug in a phone line, and be able to play people in the US. Absolutely blew my mind away. Of course, as a kid, I didn't really have a lot. My parent said, well, if you want it, you got to earn it. I never worked so hard in my life. I made sure all my chores were done, my grades were good, I mowed grass, I hustled to pay that $14.99 a month to get the X-Band service. And the only part that sucked about it was the phone. Like, if someone picked up the phone, it would disconnect the call. And, but other than that, I met so many great freaking people. I'm about to name a list of people that none of you've ever heard of, but these people still mean something to me today. The Master John, who was the best MK2 and MK3 player in the United States. He just so happened to live 20 minutes away from me. We had Michelle, and we had Mitchell, and we had Jason, no need for a name. We had Jeff, the Jedi Master. We had Doc Stalker, which was Dave. Unfortunately, he passed away last year. There were so many people. The Unknown Triple X, he was a Jamaican guy. He didn't like losing, but he was a cool dude. MK2 Assassin, Mr. Joker. I could keep going. These were their gamer tags. You pull up X-Band, it would dial up the opponent. It would show your little icon. You could talk a little smack before the fight. And it was just a great experience. You know, we weren't spoiled back then, so we were fascinated by the fact that it was dial-up. Mortal Kombat 2 came out um, before I jumped on the X-Band. But I remember going to my very first X-Band party. I was so nervous. I was this little 13-year-old that had to have my stepfather drive me to the party, and it was so embarrassing. But I got to meet the Master John, and I got to meet Dave, who was the host. And me and John became friends just like that. And we played every day. I would get a ride to his house after school, and during the summer I would spend my entire summer at his house. I didn't even live at my house anymore. I was just like look, Mortal Kombat all summer. Let's go. And you know, we got our names in Tips and Tricks magazine. I still have the magazines. I have the digital prints, and I also have the physical prints. Um, it was just an amazing time. And the people that I met in the process just, it gave me something to live for. I hated my life. I'll just be honest with you. Right? At 13 years old, right around when I turned 13, I attempted suicide for the first time. Mortal Kombat and the people that I met changed my life. It saved me from the hell that I was in. It gave me something to look forward to. Um, I was the kid in school that slept every class, but always made A's and B's. School was a piece of cake. I just slept all the time. I hated school. Um, but after school, Mortal Kombat. We'd go to Green's Corners Arcade in Atlanta and play at the arcade. We'd go to the Cab Mall. I don't think that mall's still there anymore. But MK2 just opened the door. And then MK3 came out. And that's where I found my calling. I love MK2, right? I do. I think it's the best Mortal Kombat ever made. But MK3 is where I started to shine, and Sub-Zero was the character that got me second place in the United States. And it, like, I still talk to the Master John almost every day, right? It may be over text because we have busy lives, right? But I still talk to a lot of the people that I've met, and I'll just tell you, without Mortal Kombat, I would have never met the Master John. And if I had never met the Master John, I would have never met my future brother-in-law, Eric. And without meeting Eric, I would have never met my wife. And me and my wife have been married. We've known each other for 25 years. We've been married for 16. It's a wonderful marriage under God. It's beautiful, right? So beautiful that we've only had 2 arguments in 16 years, like fights. You know, some people fight every day. It's not in our nature. We just have too much love and respect for each other. But without finding a video game, I would have never met these people. Think about that. I would have never met the people that I care for and love more than any other on this planet. We may not get along all the time when it comes to some of my friends. We've had some, you know, all friends have issues. But it's too much history to overlook. It's too much love. So, you know, UMK3 comes out and MK4 comes out. It's just an amazing experience. I feel bad for these young kids that never got to experience something like this. But yeah, the tournaments were amazing. And we didn't win money. There was no Evo, right? There was meeting people, having a great time. You get a t-shirt, you get your name in a magazine, and that's it, right? There were side tournaments for money and things like that, but it wasn't important like people make it out today. You know, like, oh my God, I gotta divorce my wife and go back to college just so I can compete in a tournament and give up everything in my real life to make sure that I win this tournament. That Mortal Kombat was just our passion back in the day. So, Mortal Kombat 1 through Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and then Trilogy comes out on the PS1. We didn't care about the load times. Sure, it was like, crap, here we go. Somebody picked Shang Tsung, right? Or like, you know, it would load before the fatalities. But we weren't spoiled. We thought it was the most fascinating thing in the world. Put in a disc, A CD. We were used to those cartridges. Put in a freaking CD, and here we go with Trilogy, right? And Trilogy took a lot of my life away, to be honest, during the summer. Like all I did was work. I had a worker's permit. I worked at Hardee's making biscuits on the weekends because, at 14 you had to have a learner's permit, and I started working because my family always pushed that you need to work. But when I wasn't working, this is what I was doing: meeting people, going to these X-Band parties, going to these tournaments, and having a great time, and just enjoying this. And it saved my life. I hated myself. I hated my life. I hated my parents. I hated everyone. I hated everything. I wished the world would come to an end for me. But then this pulled me out of that bullshit. And it showed me that there's more to life than just what's going on in your head. And you could meet a whole bunch of people and enjoy your life and over a video game. I never thought a video game would have so much power. But all right, then we get into MK4. All right, I'm just going to tell you straight up, MK4 was not my thing. The Master John went to Chicago and beat Eddie Ferrier and Paulo Garcia, made poor Eddie cry, right? He went and got second place in the tournament in Chicago for MK4. I was very happy for him. Right? He had a blast. MK4 wasn't really my style. Yes, it's MK3 with a sidestep and you can still run and whatnot, but it never grabbed a hold of me. And this is where I started to, I guess the rest of my friends loved MK4 and I was just like, I'd rather play UMK3 or Trilogy, which is fine. So we played all of them. I was pretty good at MK4. Now I'm about to get into the part that a lot of you will disagree with. I ask that you don't agree or disagree with me in this entire video, right? Anything I say, why not just sit back and observe it? You don't have to react. You don't have to agree with me or not agree with me or get mad at something that I say or something, or whatnot. The 3D era. My friend Muttley said I needed to start smiling more. It's when you live with mental illness, it's hard to smile. Even though if you feel really good on the inside, it's hard to project it, just like Liu Kang getting his neck snapped. Alright, but the 3D era turned me away from Mortal Kombat. And I know some of you guys that were born later, y'all love this, right? But to me, and this statement I'm about to say causes controversy. The 3D era to me is not Mortal Kombat. It's not the Mortal Kombat that I love. It's more of a Soul Calibur, Tekken mess, right? I played it with my friends. We had a good time. On the original Xbox, the one that had that giant controller you could kill someone with, you could get online. You could get online with the PS2 if you had the modem attachment. And we did. We've had fun. We played. And we played online, even though it wasn't really my favorite. But if all my friends wanted to play, I'm not going to sit back and, and that's when we got into like Street Fighter EX Alpha 3, which is also a 3D version of Street Fighter. We played Soul Calibur. We played nothing but fighting games until the 3D era. When the 3D era came out, I actually started to move away from fighting games and start playing other things. Action adventure games. Assassin's Creed. I love my Assassin's Creed. Y'all can make fun of me all you want, right? I started playing those type of games. And I started getting involved in like Final Fantasy and just expanding, playing racing games and sports games. I liked my my Madden and I liked my MLB The Show and I liked my SmackDown versus Raw 2005, I loved it, and the rest of the guys kept playing. The Master John, he was like me. He said this doesn't feel like Mortal Kombat. This feels different. Don't like it. We'll go play something else. while the rest of the crew plays this. And it was fun to watch. Um, but it wasn't really like for me. I never played this competitively. It just never hit me like the older games. So we're gonna go through this video was like 80 cuts, maybe 90 cuts. This took me a while. I'm starting to. I've only had my PC, my very first PC, for a year and 4 months, and I'm still learning. Like it's great. I love it. I tried to get my mic working, but for some reason when I speak, it doesn't catch every word. Even when I have it turned up, it'll catch most words and then it'll die down. And I'm not changing the tone of my or volume of my voice. So I just threw on the headset, the Astro TR with the mix amp. It seems to do it perfectly. So I'll just stick with this until I can figure it out. Now, I will give these games some credit. They had some really good side content. I loved puzzle combat, chess combat, motor combat, the crypt, and conquest. But when it came to playing competitively, this just wasn't for me. I don't know why. It just didn't work for me. All right, what game? Yeah, I was just talking about this. Yeah, puzzle combat was amazing. We used to play this all night as well. Um, Basically, the goal is to stack the dragons and then try to make combos out of them, right? Um, the more combos you make, the more gets added to your opponent's side, just like the Street Fighter puzzle game. Um, and you just destroy. You see that 37. There's nothing they can do. I love puzzle combat. I wish this was online. I wish we could play this and Mortal Kombat and chess combat online, right? But I don't think that's ever going to happen. So we're going to. I think we're about halfway done. So let's keep going with the history. So during this time period, I was a workaholic. I focused just on myself, and I got into a bad life. I'll just say it that way. I was involved in drugs and alcohol, and just once again, I was back at that 12-year-old mentality where I hated my life. I hated who I was, the disabilities that I have physically, the limitations. Because my original plan was to join the military and join the Navy. And I went through high school. I did all the ROTC programs. I got ready. But I guess for liability reasons, the military denied me twice. And it was because of my physical disability on the right side of my body and my foot and hip and leg. So I get it. But it was still very disappointing because the goal was to join the military, make a career out of it, and if I did have to leave the military, go back into the citizen sector and become a police officer. That was the goal. I got involved in a lot of politics. I got to really learn about what was really going on in our nation, and what I found was very disturbing. But that's another story for another day. I do love the cinematics, right? Armageddon, people love this game. Our good friend Toby, he's on vacation. We haven't seen him in a few months. And hopefully he'll come back soon and we can hang out. But he loves Armageddon, right? It's one of his favorite games. And I'm happy for him for that. But playing it competitively was just not for me. It just felt awkward. And speaking of awkward, the next game that's going to show up, Mortal Kombat X. Here's where I'm going to lose a lot of you. I'd give Mortal Kombat X some points because of the dark theme. The fighting for me is just too chaotic. It's like, I'll just put it like this. Whoever thought it was smart for run, when you have L2, not doing anything, L2 button, whoever decided that run should be 4-4 block, They deserve to be smacked just one time for it, because that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You've got an L2 button that just switches stances. It does nothing when it could have been a dedicated run button and it would have made the combat more smooth. But no, you got to do punch, punch, juggle, forward, forward, run, then time it right, and it's ugh, right? So yeah, MKX. I did not like the gameplay. I liked the theme. The roster was decent. I like a lot of people don't like DLC characters. I thought Jason and Predator and Alien, were fine. They fit that dark theme. Um, and, that's fine. A lot of people love that game. They think MKX is the best Mortal Kombat game ever made. I'm happy for you, right? But my favorite two games will always be UMK3 and MK2. And I'll get into why while this is playing in the background, because it's about to get to MKX, and I really don't have a lot more to say about MKX. I just wanted to add it in. But to me, MK2 is the perfect Mortal Kombat. Yes, there are problems, but they're not like game-breaking problems, right? Unless you got somebody that's using a program pad or someone that can do 5 jacks ground smashes back to back by cheating the system or whatever you want to call it, right? The glitch jabbing is so annoying, right? You don't need that. You use that as a security blanket. See, I'm watching my language, right? Glitch jabbing to me is nothing more than rocking you to, cuddling you and protecting you. When Mortal Kombat's supposed to be about if you take a risk and you screw up, you get punished for it. I'll get into Mortal Kombat 1 2023 in a little bit when, talking about babying and cuddling somebody, right? But, all right, let's see. We are 22 minutes in. Mortal Kombat. This was fun. So, the NRS era gave us Mortal Kombat 9. I did skip over that, didn't I? How dare I? MK9 gave a breath of life back to me in the series. It was, how do I say this? It was raw. It was beautiful. The story was good. The roster was perfect. The women looked like women. Oh, but it's not realistic. It's like it's a fucking video game. Oops, I cussed. Oh well. Right? And it just I skipped this. I'm not saying anything about this game. Sorry folks, worst game in the entire series right here. This game is worse than Mortal Kombat 1 2023 and Mortal Kombat Deception. And I really don't like Mortal Kombat Deception. This right here, man, this game, I probably put the less time out of all of them. This was an embarrassment to me. I was like, what are they doing? Like heroic brutalities and then fatalities that aren't, I don't know, whatever. MK9, loved it, played it. I played it so much that I went through controllers, not from breaking them, by using them. And it had online. Met some cool people through the online. And at about the same time, I think 2011 was a great year for gaming, right? We got MK9, we got Dark Souls, we got Skyrim, we got Assassin's Creed. I can't remember which Assassin's Creed it was that came out. But a great year for gaming. But we also got the Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection on the Xbox 360 and PS3. I got to meet so many amazing people on that as well. My buddy Dan, right? I have videos on my channel where me and him still play from, not as much because he's got a very busy life, so do I. But Austin, people that I met, and I've met their families. They come to visit, right? And I don't get to travel, but they come to visit, and it's amazing. You get to see these people. Let's see, and meet these people in real life, and meet their families, meet their children. It's a beautiful thing, and it's all done because of Mortal Kombat. So MK9, what a masterpiece. This is probably my third or fourth favorite game in the entire series. If I had to put them in order, it would be MK2, UMK3, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Mortal Kombat 9. Alright, let's see. After MK9, you'll be seeing MKX. I've already discussed that. We're at 25 minutes. So, now that I've already went through MKX, let me jump to MK11 and MK1. I like MK11 more than Mortal Kombat X. MKX is more fun to watch. MK11 is more fun to play. I know I'm in the minority when I say that, but yeah, that's just my opinion on it. MK1, nah. The cameo system ruined it for me from the beginning. Because it cuddles you. The whole game cuddles you. The cameos make you safe. The frame data is just ridiculous, makes you safe. Everything is safe. Right? It's like Mortal Kombat is supposed to be brutal and punishing, not safe. Let's get you a bottle. Let's put a blanket around you. Let's cuddle you and rock you to sleep and protect you from your mistakes. That's what MK1 is to me. Right? It's protection. Right? Try that crap in MK9. Try that down one crap. Or down one crap in MK9. You will get destroyed. Right? Down one, throw, down one, overhead, down one, overhead, down one, throw, down one, overhead, down two, down one, down, right? And it's just annoying. And MK11 was annoying that way as well. But MK1 is just, horrible. Alright guys, so I've went through those games. It's time to talk about Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Anybody that's watched this video has already heard my opinion on the collection. The offline is fine. I love it. The offline, they did what they're supposed to do. The online is an embarrassment. They took our money. They told us that netcode was good. They told us we had rollback. They said we can play people over fast distances. They made all these excuses when they failed. The launch of the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is embarrassing, and gamers accept it. And that's, for some reason, that's what we've become. The gaming culture has become weak. We accept broken launches. We accept trickle fixes that, take them 6 months or longer, and they still haven't fixed everything, and you have these people that are defending these bad business practices. Don't blame the company. Oh, they were just forced from the higher ups. Blah, blah. I don't care what's going on behind their scenes. They got a paycheck, and we got a broken game. So I have no sympathy for corporations. I have sympathy for people, and I have sympathy for individuals, but I have no sympathy for corporations. That's like feeling sorry for Amazon or feeling sorry for Walmart. I mean, come on, guys. We're better than this. Look what we used to be, and look what we are now. I know I shouldn't vape. Whatever. Some people say that I'm too mean for YouTube. I get it. Right? I'm too blunt. I'm too direct. I don't have a filter on my mouth. Right? So, and I don't want anybody's acceptance. I don't need anyone's approval. I don't need a hug. I don't need positive reinforcement or self-assurance or any of that nonsense, right? There's a small group of YouTubers that are standing up for what is right. And then there's a large group of YouTubers that are hiding in the trenches and just doing nothing. And for those people, history will remember you, right? Because people today have a short attention span. But they remember, and they will remember, that when the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection had an opportunity to improve, you did nothing. In fact, you did worse than nothing. You defended them and not the customer, not the people in your own community. You didn't defend those people. You insulted them instead. And you defended the multi-million-dollar company. Pathetic. And I'm trying not to go on a rant, right? But this is my channel and my video. And I don't believe in half-truths, right? There are people that have 35,000+ subscribers that are too afraid to lose a subscription, so they don't do anything. They just sit back, and when something gets fixed, they're the ones that try and take the credit for it. That's what I have to say about that. Oh, my voice. Since I said something, there's a big uproar going on. Fuck you. That's what I gotta say, and I don't care how nice of a person you are. I'm the opposite. I'm good to people that are honorable, people that have integrity and morals and values and stand on principle. I will love you forever. Even if you're a piece of shit shill. I love you anyways, but I'm not going to be the guy that's going to kiss your ass or tell you it's okay for you not participating in the fight, right? Because it will go down in history that digital excuses is going to abandon us without the netcode. And you will be remembered for one of the people that did nothing. And that's fine. Something you got to live with. And if you can just brush it off like this, that means you never cared in the first place. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection had such a horrible launch that everyone quit playing. You guys not remember that? Oh, forget about 6 months ago. Forget about it. It didn't exist. Bullshit. We use it as an example. It did exist, and it does exist. When the Legacy Collection launched, it was in such a bad shape that people refunded. I refunded. And I'm one of the biggest Mortal Kombat fans, I think, in the world. We do not accept garbage. You might. I don't. And just because my experience online is better than someone's experience in Australia, I don't just say, oh, well, since my experience is fine, then the game is fine. It's fine for me, so therefore it's fine. Bullshit. If it's not fine for everyone in every region, then the game is not fine. I am so glad that I have this channel as just a hobby. I am so glad that I don't have to look at numbers. I don't have to look at subscriptions, views, likes. I don't give a shit about any of that. I just make my videos as my hobby and I move forward. I'm glad that I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I know that sounds weird. I'm glad that I'm not big. I'm glad that I can't be canceled. I'm glad that I'm independent. There's no sponsors, right, for me to lose. There's nothing for me to lose. Because my real life, I'm doing just fine. I don't need to monetize my channel. I don't need to beg. I don't need to pander. I don't need to get on my knees. I get to sit back, say what I got to say, and move forward. I don't have to record a video and then go back and examine it and edit it where it's like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, that's going to make someone mad. Let me remove that. Oh, that's going to make big corporation mad at me and I won't get a sponsor. So I need to remove that. Screw all of it. I don't need their sponsors. I don't need their memberships. I don't need any of it. I don't want it because I've noticed something. Money and attention corrupts these people. They start out humble. They start out respectful. They start out grounded. The moment they get a little taste of success, they turn on you, or they insult you, or they try and bury you, or they try and cancel you, so they can stay in the good graces and in the spotlight. They will step on you. 8 out of 10 people that you meet in life are pieces of shit snakes that are going to want to take from you. Remember that. Because most people are selfish. I am so happy for people like Nelly that made a petition. I signed it. I'm happy for the people that had the courage to step up and say what needed to be said. I'm happy that Digital Excuses finally responded. It took Dynasty, with almost 500,000 subscribers, to get a hidden response. That right there should tell you that the company is cutthroat if the employees are afraid of losing their job for speaking up. Yet you support that? You support a company that it will fire someone if they speak up? That's where you plant your feet. I'd rather burn it down. I will say this. If Digital Eclipse fixes the netcode, they will redeem themselves in my eyes. If they do not, I will never do business with them ever again. I don't care if they come out with MK9 remastered. I don't care if they come out with the Ultimate Collection with Shaolin monks and all this other bullshit. Right? They can come out with whatever they want. But unless they fix what they've done, my money stays in my pocket. And I do this with every company. My lightsaber collection. I test companies when I spend money with them. I ask questions to the point of pestering because I want to see what kind of response I get back. I'll tell you the response. My reviews for the sabers are coming. Theory Sabers is the master. They have the best customer service, the best response time, correct answers. And when I say correct, I mean not just copy and pasted or AI given answers. They care about you. They actually do. And it's fucking weird because usually I like companies usually if you write them and ask questions, they send you an automated response and that's the end of it. Theory Sabers is ran by an independent, right? Sure, it's dropship. But they take the item, they add music, they add sounds, they improve on it, give a nice package, but their customer service is what keeps me in business. On the other side, you have Neo Sabers. They have the best deals, save you the most money. They may give you a free saber when you buy one, but their customer service is dog shit. If you have a problem and you write Neo Sabers, they send you an AI automated response that doesn't even address your problem. So you write them back and they repeat the process. Neo Sabers does not care about customer service. I've got all the emails. I'm going to show it in my review. I'm doing a head-to-head. Right? Neo Sabers versus Theory Sabers. And I'll show you all that to me, customer service has value. It means something. That's why Theory Sabers prices are more expensive. Digital Eclipse has failed. They have. They failed me. They failed all the people in Australia. You're telling me you can't get simple netcode to work? Oh, it's not simple. Then why is it every other fighting game can do it? Why is it the Fight Kid can do it? Why is it that we can jump on Tekken 7, Tekken 8, whole bunch of others? Every other fighting game we can get online, and it's fine. Looks like this video's over, folks. This is the last video I'm going to make regarding this topic. Because the people at Digital Eclipse do not care about you. We can make 1,000 videos. We can make 10,000 videos. We can go outside digital excuses business and protest. They're not going to do anything. And they proved it by talking to Dynasty. Because they only wanted to talk to him because he has subscribers. To me, subscribers have no, that's not valuable to someone like me. Because I believe the person with 0 subscribers that doesn't even have a YouTube channel is just as important as the person with 475,000 subscribers. I believe we are equals. That subscriptions and likes and all that other nonsense, it has no true value. It's just today's culture for some reason wraps themselves around it, fighting for attention, and they feel weird if they don't get liked on their video, but if someone comments on their friend's video, they get jealous, and it's just a whole... The internet is not real life. Digital Eclipse can redeem themselves. But I'm done. I will play my friends in MK1, MK2, UMK3, and Trilogy if they want to play. I signed the petition. I've made my videos dedicated to the netcode. I've made 5 times more videos. 5 times more videos on the netcode and addressing the issue than Daryl, Headlock, Uncaged, and all those guys combined. Because if you go look at their history, 0 videos. 0. 0 dedicated videos. And you guys want to support these people. That's why I'm out. The community is dog shit. And until the community gets better and starts fighting for what is right, I'm going back in my cave. You guys want to fight? MK2, UMK3, Mortal Kombat. I'll even play MK11. You guys want to fight? I'm in my cave. Just call me, and I'll jump on. But as for this shit, this whole internet drama mess and nonsense and having people listen, you guys follow people that don't give a fuck about you. Why would I want to be a part of that? No, I don't. I don't want to be a part of that. So I give you this and see what you do. Because nothing gets fixed unless we fight. You people, I'm just going to say it. You people gave up your wallets to these companies, and you picked up purses. Thought you were men. I expect better. I expect that this means something to you and it's worth fighting for. But if you're not fighting, that means it means nothing to you. Oh well. It is what it is. I don't even like that saying. But if you guys want to stay on your knees, you can live on your knees. I'd rather die standing on my feet. Take care.